Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So it has just been an absolutely crazy month for me. Not in terms of just video games, which it has been, which you'll see, but some big changes in my life. I started a brand new job, and it is just very intense right now, trying to learn everything. So I haven't had a lot of time for gaming this month. I will say that the pickups I did great. In terms of actually finding time to play, it's been at a bare minimum. It's been rough acclimating, but not in a bad way, not complaining, just that's where I've been at in my life. That being said, I kind of want to get into this. I want to start off by saying, even though I haven't had a lot of time to play video games, I did get something that actually made it easier. I'm going to start with that. I did pick up the Analog Pocket finally. They got a restock, and I figured, as much as I didn't want to spend the money right now, I'm never going to pay scalper prices for a system like this. If I couldn't get it retail, it's one of those things I would never own. And I am very glad that I picked it up. It is already been an awesome lifesaver this month, just to like give me some kind of time to play games. You know, when I'm so tired at night and I don't want to, sign into the PlayStation or Nintendo, and sit on the couch. I just want to get into bed. I've been sitting in bed playing this night, and it's been great because I do miss playing video games, but obviously I have like my room's a lot of video game stuff. I love video games, and it sucks when you don't have time to play them. So this has been a lifesaver. I've been playing I'll just show you the 3 games I've been playing. I didn't buy any handheld games for it, but I've got like a whole bunch of old handheld games, loose games that are just sitting around. Game Boy games. Some Game Boy Advance in color and Game Gear, everything. So I never play them. I think I'm getting too old where I have a hard time with the screens on the original like Game Boy or even like the Game Boy Advance. I've beaten a couple games on that over the last couple of years, but I think the screen is they just kill me, especially a Game Gear. I love the feel of the Game Gear. That's one of my favorite portable systems, just in terms of it's so big and chunky, and my fat hands, it fits so comfortably. But the screen on the Game Gear's got to be one of the worst. And I'm sure part of it's just because they're getting old. But I don't play games on it because of that. That being said, the screen on this is just, I love it so much. And I don't think the system is necessarily like overwhelmingly powerful or, like a game changer or anything. No pun intended. But the screen is fantastic. The battery life on this thing is amazing so far. So anyways, enough gushing. Let's get into it. I just grabbed this out of my box that I've never played. It's just DuckTales for the original Game Boy, but I've been having a blast with this. The other 2 games I got, I should say, along with the Analog Pocket, I picked up the Game Gear, the adapter. It was $30. I figured for how many Game Gear games I have that I've never played, it was worth the 30 to start trying some of them out. And guys, it's so simple. You don't have to change any settings or anything on the system. You just like plop it in the back here, pop it in, then put the Game Gear game in. I've been playing, here, I'll show you, Devilish. I don't really like this one, even on this screen. It's kind of like Arkanoid, where you've got the stick that you're moving back and forth and you're hitting a ball up. And this one, there's like also enemies you're trying to hit. And there's also a second stick that you can move up and down to like, I think kind of change the trajectory or intensity of the ball. But the screen is like so smashed, it's just, there's not a lot of space. I wasn't a big fan, but I will show you this. I picked this up a long time ago at GameStop for $4. I mean, the good days of game hunting are over. That's how I feel. The other game, this is the one I played the most out of all 3, is Shinobi. And why is this game so hard? I don't understand. This gets stuck on this one part where these stupid bad guys are in these steel balls with spikes and they like just plow into you and you can't do anything. So I've been playing that a lot, and I'm very pig-headed or stubborn. So I won't go to another level, even though you can pick 4 levels in Shinobi, and the first one I beat in like 2 or 3 tries. The second level I just can't get past it, and it's driving me nuts. I think I've spent like 3 hours on that level. That's how terrible I am at video games. But also, the last thing is I picked up the dock. This was more expensive. I don't remember the price. I'm going to throw it out there off the top of my head, $120. I don't know. I think it was something like that. It was expensive, And I'll be honest, I haven't used it yet, just because, like I said, I've been busy and it's kind of been my kind of like lifesaver for the month just to get to play something before bed. But I do plan on hooking this up. It has a HDMI port, and I believe you can capture game footage off of it, which would be awesome if I ever actually start making real videos for YouTube. But I do like the very small, sleek design. The analog pocket just sits right in there. I think that looks great. Honestly, it looks even better than the Switch dock. I'm not a big fan of Switch dock. Until you get some like the Zelda one stuff that have the cool designs. That's nice, but this is just small and sleek and it works perfect. So yeah, that's it for an analog pocket. Once I mess around with it more, I will try to do a video just dedicated to it, kind of going over some more deep thoughts when I have time to mess with the dock and all that. But so far, guys, I'm very happy with this investment. All right, so I've got a very good friend who sent me 3 games out of the blue. I mean, we had talked about some games he was getting rid of, but I know he's going to send them now. So thank you, Alex, very much. Guys, check out his channel. It's Return to Mother Base. He does some of the best long form. I don't even know what they're called anymore. If they're called vlogs or I don't know. I have no idea. But he talks a lot about RPGs, his experience with Final Fantasy, online MMOs, which was a big part of my life back in the day. So it was very nostalgic for me to listen to his. Even though I didn't play the Final Fantasy, I played WoW. But just to hear about those experiences he had with people he met and formed friendships with playing a game like that, which is a similar experience I went through, 20 years ago at this point. Oh my God. But kind of miss MMOs a little bit. Not that I have time to play those, but yeah. Anyways, Alex sent me Dragon Quest Heroes. So I'm kind of growing my Dragon Quest collection a little bit. This is actually still sealed, so I don't know why he didn't play that one. This is Deponia, which I don't know anything about it, but I really like the art style. Just like it's not even cel shaded. It's just like cartoon. But I don't know anything about the game, but it's THQ Nordic and Dalek, so hopefully it's good. I think he said it was good. And then the last one he sent me is God of War for the PS2. Now I do already have this, but my copy is the greatest hits, so I'm gonna just sell that off because I am trying to get all non-greatest hits for the PS2 collection. So that was great. Alex, thank you so much again. I owe you big time. Someday I'll be able to get you back. All right, let's get going because I got stuff I got to get through. Let's just do, these are random games. I keep telling myself I'm not going to buy more Xbox games, and then I just find them super cheap. I'm not jumping on the whole bandwagon. Everybody making videos now that the Xbox 360 games the prices are jumping and they're coming rare. If I find them in the wild for cheap, I'll pick them up. These were all I got for like $3 or $4 a piece. Resident Evil 6, so that was cool. I didn't have that one. I have another Resident Evil game, but I don't know which one for the Xbox, but it's cool to pick those up. Darksiders 2, another series that looks like it would be up my alley, but I've just never dived into. Vanquish, and then the last one is Sonic Free Riders. I actually have the Kinect, but I only created a Xbox account, my own personal account, for the first time this year. So I haven't messed around too much with any Xbox systems. So someday we'll get to that. All right, my one and only, every month, if you're new to the channel, try to pick up a Sega Genesis game, just trying to build that collection. I love the Sega Genesis. And I got an awesome one this month. I got Shining Force. So very happy about that. When will I have time to play this? That's a question that you and I both don't know. Let's go over one last stack. I did get a good deal of PlayStation 2 games for my collection. I forgot to, of course, right before the video, look up how many I'm at. Somewhere around 620. But creeping up. This was a deal off of Facebook Marketplace. I finally found a couple good deals off Facebook Marketplace. $80 for these 4, which is a lot, but it's Chaos or Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. But by the way, I should mention these are all complete in box with the manual. That's the only way I'm collecting PlayStation 2 games. Then the next one is NBA Street. That one, the case is a little rough, but I'm going to transfer it to another case. Then Simpsons Hit and Run. This is kind of why I think it was worth the $80 for the 4. Because if I'm not mistaken, this game still goes for like $50 on its own. So I don't know. That's kind of, I can't believe game prices are so much, but happy to add that one. And the last one is Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist of the Roses. So it says limited 3 game cards inside. I don't think it has those. No, it's just the manual, but it's a thick manual, very thick. The game card, I don't care that it doesn't have the cards in it, but yeah, I will admit I played Yu-Gi-Oh! With some kids that I used to work with, and I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes. I don't even know which ones, so I don't know much about it. But I think this is just like the card game in video game form. If I'm correct, I'm not sure. And I didn't even know how much it's worth. I didn't look up any of the prices besides the Simpsons Hit and Run because I knew that was, I thought that would made it worth the price. Okay, that said, this lot was off of eBay. And it was $30 for the whole thing. Nobody else bid on it. I wasn't going to bet anymore if somebody wanted it for more than that. I was going to let them have it. Nobody else bid, so I won. It's all SpongeBob games. Somebody had a lot of SpongeBobs. So this is the only one I actually own in the collection. It's Lights, Camera, Pants. So once again, I'll sell that to somebody. I usually wait till I have a garage sale every year and get rid of all my extras like super cheap, just to get a little bit of cash back for it. Here's Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. Creature from the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob's Atlantis SquarePants. I don't know anything about these games at all, guys. I'm not going to lie. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I got to clean all these. I haven't done anything yet. I've had a crazy month. I haven't cleaned off stickers. I clean up all my cases. I like to just take all those old stickers off, unless something cool like EB games or something like unique like that. And also, I just like to give them a good cleaning. A lot of people, I don't know why, don't take good care of their games, but I find like a good clean with just some cotton swabs, rubbing alcohol, or just, you know, something like that, just to clean them up. You guys don't need me to tell you that. Here's Globs of Doom. It has Jimmy Neutron on it. And some other, I think it's another character from another Nickelodeon show that was after my time. So maybe this is like, first I ever played as the villain and the hero. I don't know if it's some kind of crossover. I don't know. The last one is Battle for Bikini Bottom, which I only know because it got that big re-release for the Switch. Maybe other systems, but this is the only one that's greatest hits, which is a bummer. But it's okay. I'm still counting it as a part of the collection until I find it the non-greatest hits edition. I don't know. I guess I'm not that picky right now. And then I'll just go over my Nintendo pickups before I get into the big kind of thing I want to get into for the month. So, not a lot of Nintendo. And the more I look at my Nintendo collection, I'm kind of sad. I want to grow it. I love Nintendo. And my collection's not that big. Because you don't find Nintendo stuff like organically, like out in the wild anymore. It just doesn't happen. So, I don't know what to do about that. I don't want to start buying a ton off eBay. I don't know. I got Resident Evil 0 for GameCube. And once again, I don't think this is a super expensive game, but it's got like the manual. It's got both discs. It's pretty clean, and I got it for $20. So I figure any Resident Evil game, any GameCube game like that, mine's like a sports game, it's probably worth $20. I didn't look up the price before I bought it because it was off Facebook Marketplace. Next one, dude, this was an awesome get off Facebook Marketplace because that's usually like a hellscape of people that have delusions of how much their games are worth. But this was pretty close to where I live. She listed for $5, and I messaged her, and she's like, "Yeah, it's still available." I'm like, "Awesome, I will come get it." And it, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story for the DS, and this is complete. It's the manual's like a little roughed up in the corners. That doesn't bother me at all. But yeah. What an awesome game to find for $5. I mean, that doesn't happen anymore. And the last game, this one I'm kind of confused about. It's complete in box. I did pick, this is an eBay one I've been following for a while. And I got it for, I think it was $21, but the shipping was expensive. I think they had it shipping at like $9. So I ended up paying, like, plus eBay prices then. So, like, I paid like $31 for it. But it's Super Dodgeball Advance. And it is complete with the manual and everything. So I thought this was part of the Kunio-kun series, like actually canon. Like the story in it is part of that overall like official story. And then I saw a video after I bought it. It's like, oh no, it's just a dodgeball game. It doesn't have anything to do with the main games. I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't know. Either way, I'm happy to have it because I'm going to play this on the Analog Pocket, which I'm excited about. I have never played, I don't think, a good dodgeball game, a video game. So I'm hoping this is good. I heard it's good. I'm excited to try it out now that I have the Pocket. So yeah, Super Dodgeball. And I do like the cover art on this. It's a cool game. If you do know, by the way, if this is canon in the Kunio-kun games, which, if you're not familiar, that's River City Ransom, River City Girls, those games, the beat-em-ups. I thought this was part of it, but I don't know. I'm confused now. I'm confused all the time. But if you know, let me know. Okay, the last thing, and I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm at 16 minutes, plus if I added a couple seconds out at the beginning especially. Try not to make these videos too long, because nobody watches it past 3 or 4 minutes anyways. This lot, I found on Facebook Marketplace. I had an awesome month for Facebook Marketplace. Should I have been spending that time playing games instead of searching and spending more money? Yeah, probably. But I didn't. I bought stuff. This was $300. Very expensive. But for the games that I got, I actually know roughly, because I was super excited. So I know roughly what the total is. And I did kind of try to be more conservative and go on the lower end of the value. And I'll share that after I show all the games. Oh, I gotta grab a stack. I'll be right back. Okay, back, sorry. The first stack, once again, I'm not trying to invest more in Xbox games. I'm running out of shelf space. So, you know, Xbox is not like a system I have nostalgia for, but this was just part of the lot. He listed the whole thing as a lot. So I picked them all up. The first one, I thought this would be kind of worth something. And this is one of the cheapest ones. This was only worth like $3 on what's the price charting. It's the exhibition demo disc. And it's got like, I don't know. I know some sports games, but it's got a Siphon Filter and a Halo and stuff on here. Oh, here, the games are on the back because I'm stupid. Splinter Cell, a Panzer Dragoon game, Toe Jam and Earl, Quantum Redshift, Whacked, which I don't know what that is. So demos for all these, and it is complete with the manual of that. Still super cheap, not worth anything. I was kind of surprised. Then we got Powerdrome. I'll go through these kind of fast, just to show you like how many games are in this lot that I picked up. Madden 05, Madden 07, Aggressive Inline, which, is this going to be anywhere near a Tony Hawk game? I've never heard of it, so I don't know. This one looked cool, but once again, I looked up, I was surprised. The prices of these none of them are like that expensive, but it's Cell Damage. That looks cool. Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer. I actually think I found this on the GameCube at Goodwill like a couple years ago. Never played it on that either. I can almost guarantee I'll never play this, but Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Here's Dance Dance Revolution Ultra Mix 2. I won't lie, if I actually had a dance pad, I would play this. Me and my friends in high school used to play the Dance Dance games. I love them. I'm not good at all, and I'm also like 50 pounds heavier than I was back then, so I will be even slower. But who doesn't love a good Dance Dance game? I'm not afraid to embarrass myself and look stupid. I do it all the time. So yeah, I got that. Maybe someday if I can find a dance pad. Show my kids up. Need for Speed Underground. That's a cool one. Spartan Total War. Here's one of the stickers. This is a example of a sticker I will leave on. It's ripped, but it's got the Blockbuster quality guaranteed sticker on it. This one is not complete. A couple of these Xbox games weren't complete. I don't care because I don't care about complete for those. True Crime Streets of LA. Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30. Another one I've never heard of. And then this one was kind of cool. I don't know if it's any good, but Murakumo Renegade Mech Pursuit. I love mech games. This one is not complete either. It's just a game, but that's okay. I wasn't going after the slot for the Xbox game. So to have these in, I thought that was pretty cool. Some of them look interesting. Maybe I'll try them now that I have it. Okay, so this is all this stuff I'm going to show you now is why I wanted the lot. It was a huge collection. Not PS2. That would have just I would have been blown away. But a bunch of PS1 games, which is cool because I don't have the biggest PS1 collection. I think actually with these pickups, it almost doubles my PS1 collection. So that was cool. I will start off with the least exciting. I put that on top on purpose. It's NHL Face Off 2000. I know. Don't worry, it gets better and better. Motocross Mania. And some of these, once again, I wrote out every game and the prices. Some of these, still, even though they're PS1 games, complete with the manual, they're almost worthless. Like, wouldn't be worth selling them online individually. They're only worth $3 to $5, according to price charting, which I feel like they're still like maybe undervalued for some things. But games like these, I don't think there's a lot of movement in terms of volume online, so I don't think the price is really shifting on these. So I think that they're pretty accurate. These games aren't worth very much. This is cool. Fighting Force. The games get, like I said, they do get better. This one's another one I thought looked cool, but it's not expensive. Like I think it was like a $7 game. I could be wrong. But Robo Pit, WCW versus the World. Not a huge wrestling person, but I know wrestling games. Some of them, the old ones, are decent, and I think some of those hold value. Speedball 2100. I don't know if what kind of games is it all. Don't know anything about that. Steel Harbinger, that's cool pickup. By the way, none of the games in the slot are games I had. Like I said, I have a very small PS1 collection, so it was just like these were all just like gold. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. Motor Tune Grand Prix. That looks cool. It's just like I think it's just like a kart racer. But it might be fun to try out because it's probably one of those ones like you can get some rounds in quick when you don't have a lot of time. Judge Dredd. Who doesn't love Judge Dredd? Looks chunky, like a lot of those old PS1 graphics, but still very happy to have that. Boombots. I don't know anything about this. But once again, the graphics look cool, but I was surprised by some of the prices. They weren't super expensive. Load Runner. Another wrestling game, WWF Attitude. So I think some of these, those two games, like, even the ones that I would think would be more rare, like Load Runner or something, some of the wrestling games were like $20, and those other ones were like $12. So I'm like, okay. Here's Big Rig USA. Or Big Race, sorry, USA. And it's not a racing game. It's definitely not a racing game. This is a pinball game. So I don't know. I have no idea. Here's Invasion from Beyond, another one I'd never heard of. So I'm like, oh, maybe this is kind of rare. No, pretty standard $15 to $20 game, but I absolutely love the cover art to this. It's like the old like 1960s sci-fi style, and it just I grew up watching the old black and white stuff, like in the realm of like Invasion and Invasion. What is it? From Mars. I used to love the old black and white Twilight Zone, all those old like like cheaply made sci-fi movies. I used to eat that stuff up, and this cover just reminds me of it, and it looks really cool. So that's a neat one. Here's a one that I think this one actually was a little bit more. It's Bug Riders, The Race of Kings. These are all, mind you, I mean, you're seeing the cover is the manual, so they're all complete. This one wasn't in the pictures. When I went to meet the guy, he was cool, so we were talking for a couple minutes. He's like, oh, I also found this while I was putting everything together. He's like, I think it's worth some money. And it's Omega Boost. It is. I can't remember because I picked this up at the beginning of the month, but I think this is like a $50 game on its own. So that was cool. Here's Apocalypse with Bruce Willis. Remember when they used to put like real people on the covers of things? Don't know. Here's one, I don't know why, but I was super excited that this was in the lot. I've never owned it. I've never played it. But when I started getting into gaming YouTube, like watching videos and just exploring that world, finding other content creators, like long before I had a channel, I remember watching a video on this game, and I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. I want to get it. And I just never went through and picked up because I don't buy a lot of PS1, but it was in the lot. So I'm happy to have this. It's spiders. And you play as a spider that I think he gets weapons. I don't remember. Then the last one of this is another one that is, I think it's in the $40 to $50 range, but I was happy to get this one. It is Jade Cocoon, and I'm pretty sure this is like a monster like collector similar to Pokemon. I don't know a lot about it because I've never played it, but Once again, if I had the time to play, that's one of the games I would love to explore for at least a few hours. Hopefully I get to that point. One more stack of games I want to show because I thought it was super cool. But before that, in the lot of it was a box basically that he had. There were some loose games and a couple of old PC games and stuff that aren't worth any money, so I'm not even going to show them. I'm just probably going to get rid of all that stuff. But mixed into all these loose CDs were a whole stack, this many, in fact, of the old official PlayStation magazine discs, and they're all numbered. So I put them in numerical order. This starts at 49, and it goes all the way up to the last one is like 111. So I just thought that was really cool. I could be mistaken, but I could have sworn I saw a video fairly recently in the last couple of months of somebody saying that these hold a little bit of value. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Maybe trade if somebody's working on a collection of these or something. But like, how cool is that? There's like the Yakuza Kiryu on this one. I saw, Lara. So I don't know what to do with these. I just think they're super cool. I don't know if they actually are desirable to some people. We'll find out. But I'm going to hold on to them for now until I know what to do. But yeah, that was super cool. Anyways, the last stack is what I thought was the coolest because I don't have any long boxes in my collection for the PS1. I've looked at them before. I would love to pick up like the original Resident Evil. Just never do. They're just like kind of expensive, and it's not like, once again, PS1's not like a focus that I'm go out of my way to pick up. But this stack right here, I'm going to save those two for last. These are all long boxes that were included in that. So it's Total Eclipse Turbo. Cyber Speed, never heard of this one. I actually think I have like a normal jewel case version of Total Eclipse on the PS1, but I don't have a long box. So maybe I lied when I said it. No doubles. That's my only double. Here's Descent. Just look at how, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but look how crappy the graphics look. And it does look rough, man. This game looks so rough. It's like a first-person space shooter, but it just looks rough. But I'm happy to have it. I really am. Here's one every time I look at this title, I think of a different way to pronounce it. So I'm not even going to try. It's something, the DNA imperative. It's not worth anything. Even long boxes. Most of these are cheap. Then Siberia. And some of these are, like, I do have to, the cardboard's okay, but they're coming a little loose. So I am going to find some appropriate glue and just try to lightly, put them back down. Here's the last two. This one, I didn't think anything of because I'd never heard of it. But I looked up and this was expensive. I think this is, once again, a $50 to $70 game. So that's crazy. But it's Viewpoint. It just looks like an isometric shooter in a way, like you're going down a hall. I don't know. But it holds value. I wish I remembered to have the little sheet of paper next to me where I could tell you the prices that they're worth, but I am very unprofessional, so I apologize. But yeah, I thought this was cool once I found out the price. I'm like, all right, I don't mind having that. This would be the coolest one, but this last one is one that actually I've heard of. But it's actually, I don't think is as expensive as Viewpoint, but I'm more excited to have it. It's Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors, in the long box here. The only downside about this one is that the disc is in nice shape. It's clean, but the holes or the little teeth where the inside of the disc goes on are all punched in. So I do have a plan to try to modify like a normal jewel case to the back of here, just so I have something to stick it on, because I don't want it flying around. I don't want the disc to start getting scratched up. But this is complete with the manual again, and even has the reg card. I know some people freak out about having registration cards in these things. I just want the manual so that if I ever play it and I get frustrated, which is like every game, that I can like actually reference the manual and be like, oh, okay, now I know what I'm doing wrong. But it has the registration card, and the manual is very nice. It's not anything crazy. It's like old black and white, but I mean, having the manual is always preferred, right? For any game, I think everybody would agree on that. So yeah, very happy with that. I just have to modify this case a little bit for the disc. As of right now, I'm like keeping it upside down so it's not facing the back of it and like scratching. But yeah, once I get that done, this will be, you know, in pretty good shape too. Anyways, for that whole lot, I paid $300 cash. He didn't really want to go any lower than that, which I understand because just from this stuff that I added up, not including the stuff I didn't show you, the value for this is just over $700. So I paid less than half of the retail value, which I count as a win nowadays in game collecting. Everything is getting so expensive and ridiculous. So finding an old collection of, you know, retro games like this, some really fun stuff to try out, hopefully someday. I was very happy with that. But that was it for this month. Not really a lot of new stuff. I have so many pre-orders from all these limited run companies and whatnot, and just nothing is getting delivered right now, which is fine because they'll give me more stuff to show later on. But I had a ton of awesome retro stuff to pick up. Let me know any thoughts you guys have. If anyone else has picked up the Analog Pocket and has any tips, I mean, I've really just popped games in and played it, and I'm having a great time with it. Let me know your thoughts on that. Or anything else in here, guys. I love when people correct me. I'm not saying that facetiously either. Or, you know, just tell me stuff that I didn't know because I'm a stupid person and I love when people teach me. So that's it. Thank you guys so much if you made it all the way to the end of this video. I tried to keep it short and that we obviously didn't do that. So I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are. And good luck game hunting. I'll catch you next time.